Like, am I upset that I sold my XRP? No, because I was able to make money, and I'm just glad I didn't sell all of it. And that's how the rich like continue to be rich, and that's how people can be rich, is if you buy a project and you don't need that money to survive. You just keep it in there. I mean, you see XRP, same thing with like DOT. DOT is like, back to its bottom-ish area. But you just hold it for like 5 years, and who knows, it could, that those $3 or whatever it is, $4 or $5, whatever it's $7, I don't know. It can go 22. Everything has its time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the biggest thing. And that, to me, that's where all of us get, I want to say, like, bamboozled, where we come into crypto and it's like, I want to get rich. I want to be a millionaire next week. You put, 10,000, 20, 100, whatever into certain coins, and because you're so aggressive, and if it comes down a couple grand, you're like, oh, I'm gonna sell it, and then it goes up. You check it a month later, it went up like 40%. It's like, you hold it. So yeah.
You want to hear a funny story, Joe?
What's that?
No, I was super heavy into 2020. I was talking to one of my coworkers, like, dude, Bitcoin's the thing, and I'll never forget this conversation. As he said, if it was so easy, why does everybody not do it? I was like, dude, I have no idea. And, I didn't even listen to my own advice, because I thought at that time, buy the altcoin instead of buying Bitcoin. Lo and behold, if you bought Bitcoin at the bottom, which, is funny, is that I remember the day it went to 15.5. I told my wife, that's the bottom. I said, get in. And we went and got into alts. And I didn't realize that alts drop another 90% after that point.
Dude, like, my stomach still turns on that, just because all the previous seasons, the alts have just annihilated Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin goes up. Sure, it's a turtle. Yeah. It's slow. It's boring. We want the fast, exciting, shiny, loud, ding, ding, ding. We want that. And sure enough, because all those previous cycles, it's gone up. And now this cycle, and man, my portfolio, oh my gosh, like all the coins that I bought last year, thinking, hey, the market's different. This is probably the bottom. We're not going to see these lows again. Everything's just going to go crazy. And like, this is going to be no, I'm down on all. I haven't even really checked. I don't check it, but I know for a fact that, like, I'll see a coin, one of my coins pump like 80%.
Yeah.
Well, I go and I look and go, well, I bought it way over here, and it's down here, and that's because it went up 80%. So I'm still. It's like
that's how I am. That's
because we wanted that shiny, and I feel sick. If I would have just bought Bitcoin last year, I'd be up so much.
That's one of the things that I think I take away from Cryptos RS. I like him for his news, but I don't follow his news on Facebook because, I'm sorry, it's not always right, so I don't trust it. But I think he does a pretty good job of covering everything, and I like his rule. Now, I'm telling you right now, I'm not in his rule. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to do his rule next cycle, and he preaches a lot of like 25% Bitcoin. I think he says 50. I think 25% of your portfolio should be Bitcoin. I do. And then he says 25% should be large caps, 25% mid caps, and 25%, keeping stables. And dude, that one's the hardest rule out of all of them, is to try to keep the stables up to buy the dips. Because the reason why dips are so painful is because I'm already all in.